We'll start off with more or less the same example that's given in the standard. Given the rule add 3 with a starting number of 0, and another rule that starts with 0 and adds 6, generate the terms in the resulting sequence and explain, informally only, why the terms in one sequence are twice the corresponding terms in the other. In this slide we'll look at this using unit chips. And to begin, we will generate a picture that shows the rule starting with 0 and adding 3. Well, here we are with 0, we can start with that, and when we add 3 once, we get 3. We add it again, and now we have 6. We add another set of 3, and we get 9, and one more time, and we can continue doing this indefinitely. Now I'm not going to focus on the sums right now, we'll get to that in a minute. The second sequence is given by the rule adding 6, again starting with 0, we add 6 this time, and then we'll add 6 to that, and we'll get this, add 6 again, and so forth. Now, what we're wanting to do is explain informally why the terms in one sequence are twice the corresponding terms in the other. Well, obviously, I hope that this second sequence is the one that has twice as big numbers in it. And if you look at it carefully, you'll notice that these 3 chips have a corresponding 3 chips here. These 6 have another corresponding 6 chips here. So this entire sequence actually shows up in the second sequence, and what's remaining is another copy, a second copy of the first sequence, of all the values in the first sequence. And the reason for that is because, of course, we added 3 and added 6. We're adding twice as much each time. So one way to describe it informally is to simply say that in each term of the second sequence we have the same number of yellow and green chips. That's what was generated here, because we take all the green chips and then they're essentially duplicated as yellow chips. And since we have the same number, we have twice as many as the green. The total in each of these terms is twice as many as the number of greens that we had initially. Now this is a very visual and kind of simple way of looking at this, and we'll move on to look at this using graphs and tables in the next few slides.